This is the intro to my video. Please subscribe. Woo! Hello everyone, welcome to Resin Crafting with Chris Collected. Today we're gonna do part 4 of Brrr, I'm Cold. I forgot to release this one 2 months ago. We have done this piece already, and if you remember that was Brrr, I'm Cold part 3. And so today we're going to do a big Monstera leaf, finish that small Monstera leaf, and finish that Akatsuki cloud as well. So 2 finishes and 1 from scratch. And I'm going to use my big bowl. We were still using the Desert Rain high performance epoxy resin. This is before I switched over to using the Let's resin. In fact, I believe this is the last video that has the Desert Rain high performance epoxy resin, which is based out of Arizona, so that's always why I had bought it to begin with, and it was actually a very nice product. It did yellow a little bit, but overall I thought it was really easy to use. This is a 1-to-1 epoxy resin, 1 part hardener, 1 part epoxy in equal amounts. So that's why you can see here I'm leveling them and trying to make them, because this big bowl, unfortunately, the markers on it had so many markers, it was very small. And so I don't love this dish, but at the same time, I'm trying to get more into the eco resin, and I knew that this would be better for the eco resin stuff in the future, because you use a lot more of it for sure. All right, let's get this all mixed up. It's looking good, but at the same time, I feel that it took a little bit longer because I kept being paranoid on like, am I getting all of it? And I felt the streaks lasted a little longer than normal. So you can see there, I'm going to hit all the sides and corners, which I probably shouldn't do because I know it's going to add more bubbles. But you know, you get a new silicone little toy and you're like, I just got to try it out. These were like little bits that I saw in there. I was like, I'm gonna get that out. I think it came from the actual Let's Resin mixer. I think I had some little bits on there and it was just like, whoops, it fell off. All right, let's pop all those little bubbles that we can inside of it and add some color in. So first up, we're going to add the 24K mica powder from Tahitian Sunrise. Now we're going to be making a custom color in this video. I just was inspired at the time period and I really wanted to just try to mix some mica powders together and see what happens. So we did a large amount of this gold. This is a pearlescence or an interference type color, so this is going to make it shiny. Just a little bit of that. And my favorite, Goofy Grape. Now, if you saw in the last video, we've used it, and I think I've gone through pretty much most of this Goofy Grape, so I'm going to have to buy some more. But as you can see, we use a big amount of that. About 1.5 little scoops. Now let's get these all mixed up as well. I really didn't know exactly what color I was going to produce, as this is yellow and purple together, and I was like, what colors do yellow and purple make together? But it ended up actually looking great. Unfortunately, I was not used to this big bowl, and it is extra floppy. So it ended up, I have a few, you know, if you've been on my channel a few times now, you know I have a huge problem with just like leftover mica bits. So this one has it as well. There's a few leftover mica bits in all of my pores there, but it actually ends up turning out really good. But look at it. It's such a weird, interesting, it's like you could see the purple undertone, but I think I put slightly more gold than purple. And so, man, you get this gold with purple undertones instead of purple with gold undertones, which is kind of what I was going for. And of course, the pearlescence just added a little shine to it all. Alright, I let it set there for about 2 minutes and then pop the bubbles afterwards. And now we can start to pour. This is a very large Monstera leaf. And in the summer, I'm actually going to do a few experiments with it, so make sure to stay subscribed, and you can see those. Because while I will be switching over to primarily EcoPour, don't worry, I'll still be doing a few epoxy projects here and there. As you can see, I'm going a nice thin stream, and from very high up, it also further reduces bubbles. I've recently been chatting with people, and I'm going to try to get some alcohol little spray for that as well, because I love over-torching, unfortunately, and so we're going to go ahead and get some alcohol spray in the future. This is the first of the 2 parts that we're doing in this video. So the side walls have already been filled in. And in fact, there's a little tiny bits of it on the back as well. And so now I'm just pouring what would be the base of it eventually. This piece right here turns out to be my favorite piece that I have ever done. And I will be releasing the demolding onto my Patreon as well as onto YouTube. I made the decision recently that in May, starting May 1st, I will be doing 1 video a week on YouTube on Thursdays and 1 video a week on my Patreon. And then the next week, I'll have both those videos onto my YouTube. So essentially, the first week of May, I'm going to do a live stream instead on Tuesday, and then the next one will be the video that I would have put up onto my Patreon. So that way, you can either wait 1 week and get the videos later, or join the Patreon for only $1, and you can get my videos early and help support me. Price and other things may change in the future, but for right now, that's my kind of idea. That way, I'm putting out 2 videos a week, but 1 will always be to Patreon and 1 will always be to YouTube. Because I feel like, I just want to make sure that my Patreon is worth the extra money. You get extra demolding videos, extra side cameras, and I'm going to try to do maybe 3 or 4 cameras and try these kind of things. Because right now, you can see sometimes my hand goes in the right screen, will go over it. So I'm thinking of doing like a 3/4 camera, kind of like 1 or 2 feet back and 1 or 2 feet up. So it's kind of a 45-degree angle, if that makes sense. So you can still see my hand and everything like that. But yeah, I'm working on it, just having a ton of fun, learning everything I can. As you can see here, next what we did is I still had a little bit more. And so, I just grabbed one of my spare molds. One of my favorite here is this 6-piece set. 3 of them are coffees and 3 of them are smoothies. And I went ahead and just filled in these top 3 coffees. If I have time, I think I'm going to try to put it out this weekend, just to have some extra views on my channel. But as you can see at the bottom there, you can see a little bit extra gold, a little bit extra thing. I probably should have just either grabbed some more resin and mixed it in real fast, or, probably not this, just dump it in. Probably wasn't the best idea, but you live and you learn. But I just can't help myself. I have to get all of the resin out. All right, everyone. I'm so glad that you guys watched this video. Thank you so much. It's the best job in the world, and I absolutely love it. And thank you all so much. You have a wonderful weekend. I hope Your April is great, and if you're watching this later, then I hope that's great as well. Thank y'all so much. Remember to trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world that is safer for everyone. My name is Chris Collected. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, all those amazing things. Bye. Make sure to stay for the images. Thank you. Bye.